Well, hello again, everybody. What's going on?
Hello,
It's
hello.
good to see you guys for a impromptu episode of Bandwidth and Banter. It was going to be a regular episode with Art of Mike Disney, really incredible streamer and talented miniature artist. Not just miniature artist; he's a talented artist in general. His primary
Yeah.
focus is miniatures, but sadly, he couldn't make it today. I got ahead of myself though. Hi guys, I'm
Oh,
Stormy Day. This is Bandwidth and Banter, and my lovely co-host Druid IRL is right over there. How you doing, lady?
doing good.
Cool.
I ate a lot of food, so I'm like sleepy.
Yep, I had a big lunch too. I'm saddened that we didn't get to interview Art of Mike Disney today,
Yeah, but
but that's okay.
IRL stuff is far more important than sitting here.
Yeah,
You know?
he had a big,
So,
let's just call it a plumber's emergency, and you all will totally understand that some things have to take priority. It's just the way it is.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yep. And if he
But he
sees
will
this,
be on.
what?
He will be on. He will be on the
Right.
show.
Our intention is to reschedule with him anytime he wants to.
Also, hi
Hi
Simon.
Simon, how you doing? Welcome back. So we need to figure out. We're working on some audio stuff today before we get into our just a casual chat session.
Mhm.
So, Simon, if you can hear us right now, let us know how we sound. Do we sound too loud, louder than normal, less loud than normal? Because I've set up a different audio setup that's going to be more advanced for the D&D session going forward in the future. Kind of cool. I want to make sure that we got everything tweaked just right. I spent all week working on this. Finally got it working on my PC upstairs. Tech Talk Tuesday on Thursday now and Fridays, and ending with a free flow talk. That's right. Well said.
Yeah.
Perfectly pinned.
There we go. Perfectly pinned. There we
Mm-hmm.
go. Stop. Hello, Daddy Dagoth.
Dagoth is
We're
here.
working on tech. Yes.
Perfect. Hey Dagoth, how do we sound? He's the perfect person to ask. If he might be like just lurking or whatever, but because I know sometimes he's busy. But
Yeah.
if you're available, hey, Druid, just say something to Dagoth.
Hey, Dagoth. Hope all is well. You're awesome possum. Appreciate you. Can't wait for Tuesdays, but it's not Tuesday, so
Mm.
we just have to live with that.
Hi, Subi J.
Hi, Subi J.
Sound is good. Okay, good. That's good because that means that I was able to duplicate what I created upstairs for downstairs, and that'll be awesome. No peak or cutoff on her, and so far, you as well. Fantastic.
I also haven't gotten overly excited yet, so we'll see what happens.
That's a good point.
We'll see. We'll test. We'll test this.
Hello, Kieran Shikado, Lord of Bushido. Little
Hi,
gremlin.
Inferno Knight, and also hi, Kieran.
Hi, Kieran. Yeah. Inferno Knight 602, welcome in. Hello, it's an honor to see you.
He's
First
a
time
new
chatting.
friend of Stormkeep. I told him that he's gonna absolutely love all of Stormkeep, but I have to actually say, in particular, Inferno Knight, based on the things that you have shared in Discord, I think you're actually gonna fall far more in love with Stormy. Um, I think you're gonna absolutely love his vibe and everything that he does. And he plays Daggerfalls on Thursdays, and he's just a wonderful like role player and all of the amazing things. And he's just so smart and wonderful. So you were smart to follow him. So good job. Good job.
Arigato gozaimasu for the follow. I just noticed that. I didn't hear it because we don't have those set up on Bandwidth and Banter, but at least I don't think. Did you guys hear the alerts by chance? I'm curious if those went off or not, because I might have accidentally messed that up. But Inferno Knight, I am super honored by my dear friend Druid's complimentary words to me. Her praise always makes me a little blushy, and I appreciate it so much.
But you're my best friend.
Yeah, we will do our best to entertain, encourage, and sometimes enlighten. But she's right. We do a lot of fantasy fiction on the channel, from Daggerfall Unity on Thursdays to live tabletop D&D tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time.
You're going to love it.
And Extirpate Fate and Banana Tom OG and It's Star Kitty. That's going to be awesome. We also play Baldur's Gate 3 with Banana Tom. Did that this morning and yesterday afternoon with him on his channel. Wednesdays, we're currently doing Cyberpunk DLC. Once we finish with that, we'll see. I have lots of games in the queue. You notice the swords in the back? You're a bit an amateur sword collector myself. Right on, yeah. So, Drew, let's see. Do I have a scene that I could show off the whole thing?
Yeah, I think it's your just the face. That's under D&D though.
Yeah, let me see if this one works. I mean, I'm going to switch scenes. This might be a break. It breaks
we
things
might
here.
Break it.
Yeah, but I'll be right back.
Brack.
Girdle Boop. Chat. Nana loves you. Gertie Boop.
Guys,
is this? Gertie. That's your grandma, isn't it?
That's my Nana.
Hi, guys. Nana. How are you? How Druid Nana?
That's my Nana. Gertie Boop is my Nana. I love her.
What an honor to have her come on the show.
I get my dashing good looks and my silly sense of humor from her. So somebody gift her a sub.
Yes, please. Oh, I just realized when I was in that wrong scene, I had no sound either. But yeah.
I love you
more. What an honor to have you all here today, hanging out. See, it's a perfect day for this, right? Look at how excited Drew's getting. I love watching her happy. It makes me happy that she's happy. It makes me happy. I love her. You know, can I share something with you, Drew? Real quick. It makes me happy to. Thank you. Who gifted that sub? Dagoth, that was sweet of you, buddy. Appreciate you.
It was literally hovering over the gift a sub button, and then I saw it pop up.
Dagoth, you're amazing. Sorry. Thank you. So, no, I was just going to say, it makes me happy to watch Fate get happy about you being happy. It really does. Too. It's one of the things that I love about you, you guys, and your relationship. It's a treat to watch you guys because you lift each other up. I mean, I know you tease each other all the time, but when it comes to the heart, you're a support for each other, and you really try and encourage and inspire each other. And I just think it's wonderful to see. And it reminds me of me and Star Kitty.
My Nana was there when Fate and I first ever interacted ever. And she watched the entire interaction from the sidelines.
Really? Tell us that story. Okay, this is a perfect thing to get into.
So, I just moved to California and I move in with my Nana and I'm like, I need a job. I can't just sit here. I absolutely need a job. Mm-hmm. And so I had a whole bunch of grocery experience. And so there was a Safeway and then a California store, which is called a Rayleigh's. And I did not want to work at Safeway because I've never, ever, ever, ever enjoyed anything I've ever heard about a Safeway. So I ended up going for Rayleigh's. And can't look at you, Kieran. I'm going to actually hide chat while I tell the story. Okay.
Good idea.
Bye, chat. Telling Stormy a story. And so I go in, I have my job interview, and I'm like, I only had a local Washington State bank. So I ended up So I was just like, I'm going to open up a bank here that is within this, like, I go in, I get hired at this grocery store, and like, there's a bank right there. And I'm like, I'm just going to go open up my bank account. And my Nana was with me because she drove me to my job interview. And so she just sits down and I'm standing in line, and, I'm waiting in line, and like, she gives me this like look and then looks at the really cute teller. And I'm just like, kind of embarrassed because he's really cute. And I was 22 and I'm not subtle. I don't know if you guys have noticed that or not. And so he happens to be my teller at the bank. When I walk up to him and I'm like, I need to open up a bank account. And he's just like, perfect. I'm gonna go, they brings me to a banker, and I go open up my bank account. My Nana was sitting out there, and he like brings her out a glass of water while she's waiting for me. And I got, I'm doing all the paperwork, and I come back out and I deposit money into my account to fully open the account, which was with Fate.
Yep.
And him and I are obviously just super awkward because like because I'm like, he's a cute teller, and then there's me, and like we're just awkward. And my Nana and I, and then of course, I'm done and we leave, and my Nana's picking on me. He's very sweet. He's very cute. He has a nice butt. Like, all of the typical things that you would pick on me for. And we ended up dating and everything, but Nana seal of approval.
That's awesome. That is awesome. What a phenomenal story. Thanks for sharing it with us. I can just picture it, and it was a beautiful thing. And we are super lucky because, man, how far we've come from our friendship that started. How long have we been? Like, is it 25 months or something now?
Something like that. Hold on, wait. Let me check my follow age.
Follow age.
Follow age? There we go. 2 years,
Yep.
2 months, 18 days.
So 26 months. I was close. I was off by a month. Almost 2 months is the 18 days.
Is it a plane? Is it a helicopter? Oh no, it's Druid. Best hide your pets.
So
whatever, Karen. How's our audio sound?
Yeah, I want feedback from all of you, please. How do we sound? Are we sound good volume level? Not too loud, not too quiet. Suvij asked a great question.
That is a wonderful question. Okay, so I come onto Twitch, and because Fate wanted to start streaming, and so I'm like, okay, well, I need to understand Twitch. How do I understand Twitch? I go start checking out channels on Twitch, and I end up becoming a really good friends with and a moderator for another streamer called Just Me Josher. And then Ezo becomes a moderator for Just Me Josher.
Isolate.
And then Isolate. And then Ezo and I become really good friends, and he becomes a moderator for my channel. This is before I even had like 50 followers, before I was affiliate. Like, I was super baby streamer at the time, like brand new. And then Josher and Stormy would raid each other, and then I would try to raid in.
Let me interject. The reason for that was Isolate. He had asked me to raid Just Me Josher, and he'd asked Just Me Josher to raid me. And so, technically speaking, we can thank Isolate for us meeting. So go ahead with your
exactly. 100%. Yeah. Perfect. And then we just started hanging out in each other's chats, and then D&D got brought up, and then I was just like, I've never played D&D, and you're like,
oh wait, you're skipping parts of the story. You're skipping.
Okay, well, fill them in.
All right. So there was what happened was I had raided into Just Me Josher, and one of the times I was chatting with him in chat, you were very friendly and talkative in chatting with me. And then I remember at some point when I was getting ready to write out to somebody, Izole, I think it was Izole let me know that you were streaming, or maybe it was we chatted in Just Me Joshua's chat, and you told me you were a streamer, and so I went and followed, and then I thought, well, I'd go check you out at some point, check out your stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that was when I had found you streaming one day. I don't know if I raided into you or I just came into your channel, but you were playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes, and you were helping me try to like figure out how to like problem solve defeating something that I was way too underleveled. I was so underleveled, and that day was the day that Star Kitty followed me. Mm-hmm. I still have that clip. of the day that Star Kitty followed me.
That's awesome.
I'm never getting rid of it.
And then the rest of your story.
And then that's when we started talking about D&D, and then all of a sudden now here we are. Out of nowhere.
Right. There was another part to the story. Don't forget the other element. And that was that after I knew that you were a streamer, I found out that Extirpate Fate was a streamer. And as soon as I saw his name, me being a Magic player, I was like, oh, he must play Magic. He's got to play Magic. No one would use that word if they're not a Magic player. And so I chatted with him about it, and I was right. It turns out, because we both have, it's one of my favorite Magic cards, and it's also one of his favorite Magic cards. And so we had that in common. And so I was like, wow, these two are cool. I dig them. And, I definitely have something in common with Fate. And, Druid is just a bundle of energy and joy, very fun to be around. And I was like, yeah. So we got to chatting, and we got to know each other a little bit. And then you're right. You had shared that you had one pseudo experience with D&D, never a full campaign or anything. It was really just kind of the goofing off kind of drunk D&D, sort of party D&D, right?
Yeah.
And you had never had, and what really drew me in to you guys was how much Fate. It shows how much he loves you, because he really wanted you to have an experience in D&D that he had, and he craved that for you. And I was like, man,
desperate for it.
I would love to be able to give that experience to you. And so we made that happen, and things just snowballed from there.
Yeah.
Now we've gone through our first campaign, which was 88 episodes long. It was almost 2 years long. Wow. Yep. And we're starting the new one tomorrow with our newest cast member, Banana Tom.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Who I also brought into the fold. My gosh, just amazing.
Our adopted Brit.
Yep. Speaking of that, Brit, I don't think he's here right now. He's probably eating.
I think he's probably.
Huh?
Yeah, he's probably like lurking or something.
Yep.
He's a busy guy right now, CBJ. He's trying to get like an adult job and get a driver's license and move out. He's trying to adult up.
Who?
Izo.
Ah, yes, Izole. Yeah, we miss him because he's trying to get his life together, which we understand.
Yeah. Yep. But listen, guys, we're getting very close to the 500 follower goal to be able to get an Izo face reveal.
Yep. If we can even get him to show up on stream.
It might be private, but I'll tell you guys, he's probably a handsome guy. Probably a handsome guy.
Yeah, Inferno Knight, 2 years. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I've been a player and dungeon master of D&D since the original BX set. I started in 1981 when I was but a wee lad, and I've played every edition, primarily 3.5, but now I'm starting to really kind of flow into the good things of 5th Ed. I really enjoy it, and so that's currently obviously I've been doing these campaigns, with Druid and Fate and Star Kitty. By the way, Star Kitty is my significant other, and she's working right now. But
the Queen of
we have another Star Kitty, and I have some friends of ours off stream that we play with every Sunday night. We've been playing with them for like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years now. Let me think. Has it been that long? Probably 7 years. I don't know. I have to think about it. But basically, we've had numerous campaigns with them that lasted 9 months to a year and a half. I try and tailor my campaigns to last a year. It didn't quite work with this one because the way I wanted all of the stories to come together just required a lot more content than that. And I think it was worth it, don't you, Druid?
Can we say goodbye to my Nana really quick? Bye,
She's
Nana.
Gotta go.
Have a good rest of your day. I love you. You're wonderful. Bye, Gertie, and amazing.
Have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. Big stormy hugs to you.
Everybody can call her Nana. It's fine. She'll love it.
I like Gertie Boop, though. It's fun to say Gertie Boop.
Yep. You know how people keep buying me gnome stuff?
Yeah.
It's because she got Gertie Boop because of Betty Boop, because people keep buying her Betty Boop stuff.
That's funny. That's funny. Forced collections. That's cute.
Friends off stream, how do you get those? Good question.
Yeah, we actually met them because Star Kitty and I used to play Magic the Gathering regularly every Friday night, and sometimes we would go to professional tournaments. But because we play every Friday night, we go to Friday Night Magic at a local gaming store, and we got to meet a lot of friends there. And that's the person that we play with on Sundays. It's him and his mom and dad, actually, which is kind of cool and funny. But we met him playing Magic the Gathering, and his name is Thrallstar. He's a supporter of the channel. He's actually played with us before, played Diablo 4 with us when we played Diablo 4 for a little while. So
back in the Diablo 4 days.
Yeah. I mean, they were fun. It's a bittersweet, sour kind of thing because they ended so badly. They really messed up the game that we were having fun with, and then it just.
Anyway, Inferno Night. That was me. That was me too. Like I got into the game really. Sorry. I got into the game really, really late. It wasn't until Fate. Like, he tried to teach me magic, and it took me forever to even understand the concept of magic. And my first D&D campaign was live streamed. So
Right
I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, though.
Hey, OG Blaze, what's up, my man? It's good to see you. Always an honor and a pleasure to see a fellow Lord of Stormkeep here. I just realized I need to really install Nightbot. Is that
Firebot
downstairs? Yeah, I keep forgetting. But thanks for the. Can someone shout out OG Blaze? Oh, we can't forget. He's a fellow streamer and a Lord of Stormkeep. We want to support him and get him going. Hugs and flowers to Robo Ninja as well. Missed that earlier. My dad played Magic the Gathering, says Simon. It's quite the collection of cards and used to teach me the game and stuff. It was the first time I began learning English. I'm not a native speaker. And to hear you guys talking about that wonderful thing brings me back and stuff. Simpler times. Yes, indeed, Simon. I get you. I quit playing Magic. I used to play Magic on stream. When I first started streaming, that was the first and only thing that I streamed. A lot of people don't know that was Magic the Gathering Arena. And then I got burned out on Arena because not just burned out. I just there's some things in Arena that make me so frustrating that it's not fun. And so I just stopped. Then I got back into Magic Online for a while, doing Magic the Gathering Online, which is the older format. And I did that. What was that in 2022? I think. But eventually, I stopped doing that too because it's just like. I finally burned myself out on the hobby. I had done it I'd done it for a long time.
Yeah.
It's an expensive hobby. I honestly don't necessarily recommend people get into it heavily,
Just casually. Casual.
Yeah. I mean, Star Kitty and I have stuff to show for it. We have quite the collection of cards that are pretty valuable. not as valuable as like, Power of 9, which are the super valuable ultra rares, where a single Black Lotus can sell for $100,000. But yeah, I don't have anything like that. I think the most valuable thing we own is a particular collector's bundle that I think we paid a couple $100 for it, and it's worth like $1,250 now. We have some individual cards that are worth up there in the, not quite that much, but not a lot.
has spoken. CBJ has spoken. MG wasn't as fun to watch as Daggerfall, just saying.
Yep. No, I get it, CBJ. that too. Now, of course, that's relative, right? Because there's a huge Magic the Gathering following on Twitch. But that's another reason not to stream it, because there's already, professional players who are way better and more knowledgeable about the game than I, playing the game on Twitch. And so it's hard to pull people away from that. It's hard to gain followers if you're not already into Magic. So I'm glad I let go of it and never look back. I have no regrets.
Yeah. The first ever thing I ever streamed was Enderall. And I was learning mouse and keyboard trying to play Enderall. And it was awful. And then I switched to Skyrim. And then I tried to do mods, and then I broke it. And then I started playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
It's funny how you've come full circle in the last 2 years now, too, huh?
Yeah.
Or I guess a little more than 2 years. How long have you been streaming, Druid?
I'm going to say around 3 years.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yep. I think if I remember correctly, you're like 6 months shy of me. I think I started maybe 6 months sooner than you, and that's about it.
Yeah. I just was not consistent in the beginning, and I had a lot more fun being a moderator than I did being a streamer. Mm-hmm. And it was also difficult too, because Fate and I were like sharing a computer, so we had to log off and log back on of all of the stuff, and it was really annoying. And then on top of that, Scoob.
Hi, Paladin McScoob. How's it going? Good to see you, buddy. On top of that, what?
I don't remember.
It happens to the best of us. Happens to us all.
Happens to me a lot. But now I'm consistent. I'm far more consistent now than I ever was.
I just noticed that on this scene, it seems like I'm like, I don't know, we're not quite as, I feel like I should adjust the visuals so that I'm bigger on screen. What do you think?
Yeah, because you're smaller than me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind.
Because this is a Tech Talk Tuesday.
Just,
I keep punching my mic. Not nice. But yeah, very excited about D&D coming up. There's a lot of really cool stuff coming in the future for.
Yeah, that's right. For crying out loud, the new session is starting tomorrow. We're going to have 4 episodes each week where we're going to go through the character creation.
1 episode a week.
Process. What was that?
You said 4 sessions a week, and I was like, no. 1 episode a week.
Yeah, 4 sessions in a month, 1 a week. Right. Thank you for clarifying. And each session will be an individual character build where I, as the DM, work with the player to help develop their character and help them understand the world they're in and how they connect and all that stuff. And it'll also help me because I like to shape my world around the players. And then on the 5th week will be when we actually have the first sit-down role-playing session. Although, don't forget that during these individual character creation sessions, I'm going to do a little one-off encounter that's going to be basically kind of like a piece of their origin story, as it were. So it's going to be pretty cool. Yes, Subi J, that will help you newbie watchers too, I think. I think it'll help you understand it a little bit better. Can you kind of help go over I guess, outline of D&D, like what's kind of involved, not the whole thing? Yeah, I don't mind talking about that. You want to give it a start there, Druid?
I want to start and say the
Mhm.
number one thing is to have fun. Like, it is supposed to be fun. The rules are suggestions in the rule of cool, you know? And you just like, just like, yes, DM. Oh, sounds great. Or you go, hey, DM, I kind of thought this thing. Can we do this cool thing? And the DM will be like, yes or no. And you just go, okay. And then move on and have fun because we're all creating the story together.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Dice.
She figured
And
it
if you need a set of dice, you can go to chimeracollections.com. And when you check out, you can use the promo code StormKeep10 for 10% off your own custom dice.
And that is not, we don't own that or anything. We're not pushing our own product, but it is a friend of ours named Never Tilted, who is a fellow streamer. So go check him out.
For some reason, my dice smell like that fake chocolate smell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they smell interesting for sure.
They smell like fake chocolate, but
so Inferno Night, just a quick breakdown of the premise, and then I do want to help me remember to answer Paladin McScoob's question because that's a great question. I'd love to answer. So here's a brief summary, kind of a breakdown, Inferno Night, of how D&D works. In Dungeons and Dragons, the concept is just like in a computer RPG. You are going to be playing a character. You're going to get in encounters in which you're going to have to, roll dice to determine the outcome of what you want to do. Like if you want to go attack the dragon, or cast a spell at the dragon, or avoid getting hit by the dragon's breath, there's rolls to do. That's the ROLL part of role playing. But the other half, and I think the probably the more important and more enjoyable part of D&D is that role playing, as in ROLE, where you actually, the idea is that you are, in a way, you're play acting like a kid again. You're play acting your character. Yeah. So you craft this character, you give him a fantasy race, you give him a class, which is basically a profession. You know, you're an adventurer, so it has to be an adventurer's profession, like a fighter, a mage, or a rogue, right? And once you have rolled up your stats, those are what help you figure out the roles, and the DM helps you figure out those roles while you're playing. But in between the fights with monsters, you're talking to the other players who are the other characters, or you're talking to the innkeeper, or you're talking to the local governor, or you're getting an audience with the king, or you're saving the princess from the ogre. You know, there's a lot of different little things that go into the in-between, and it's about the interaction and putting yourself in that character. Or a giant blue lobster that nearly drowns you because you forget to take your armor off. Yeah. Although it wasn't blue, it was red, but yeah.
But you know, it is whatever, okay? Yeah. He just forgot to take off his armor.
See, that's Inferno Night, that's Druid going into Fern voice. Here, let me do the YouTube thing. I think that'll do it. Yep. Feel free to check out our YouTube channel. You can see all our old episodes. For all 88 episodes, they were epic. A lot of fun. It's a lot of content. 88 episodes times roughly 4 hours on the average. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of average. Yeah. But so hopefully that at least set the stage for you to kind of understand Inferno Night. Honestly, if you can make it to the stream, well, tomorrow won't be the perfect example. It'll be a teaser example. But so definitely. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it'll be good to understand like character creation. Yeah, because a lot of people don't understand what happens, like what goes into character creation. Why are you, why would you do a thing? Like why, whatever. So I definitely recommend showing up tomorrow. And also, because Banana Tom's a baby Dungeons and Dragons player. He's a baby. So he's also just gonna be like,
this is his first taste of actual tabletop role playing. Technically, he's played Baldur's Gate 3, so he really understands the 5th edition rules and how it all works. And he's fallen in love with it so much that he plays that game constantly.
Yep.
He and I
3 p.m.
have only
Central
gotten like
Standard.
250 hours into the game together, and he has over 400 hours in the game, which means he's playing it a lot on the side too. Yes, Subi J, it's 3 p.m. Central Time tomorrow.
Yep.
So
Inferno Night's also Central Standard Time, so.
Yeah. Who's also Central Time?
Inferno Night.
Oh, Inferno Night. Cool. Mine's modded, so I'm technically not really playing by the rules. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So now, to get back to Paladin McScoob's great question.
That's true. Yes, Simon, you're correct. She'll never
Where
go
was it?
away.
What is my top
ever.
pet peeve as a DM when playing with experienced adventurers? Oh, wow. Well, I would say probably rules lawyering, as it were, because you got to basically understand that sometimes that the rules are there to help guide you for the process, but a DM wants to make things unique and interesting and exciting for you. You have to. It's hard to find I'll say this. Sometimes it's hard to find a DM you trust, and so it goes both ways, right? If you're a new player with a new DM, try not to rules lawyer them all the time, because it is probably the biggest pet peeve of any DM, right? From a new player. When I say, even if they're an experienced player, especially if they're an experienced player and they're new to you, they haven't played with you, if you do a lot of rules lawyering. Now, there's nothing wrong with helping along with stuff. There's, like, for example, Druid and Fate and Starkity know that I sometimes get confused between 3.5 and 5th edition, because I played a whole lot more 3.5 than 5th ed. And there's a lot of nuances between the two, and I get them confused sometimes. And so I'm totally open for them to help me remember, this doesn't work that way, it works this way now. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's not the rules lawyering. It's when a player wants to argue how things would be when they don't necessarily know what you've, like, if I've created a custom variant of a monster that has certain abilities that aren't in the book, and they start rules lawyering me on what it can do, I'm like, yeah, you're not getting it. So that's one thing. And then another thing would probably be, I don't know. I try and be very open and adaptable. I guess sometimes you know that a DM not all DMs and players fit. There are some players who are only about the rules, and or they're only about the game world. They think it should be based upon the books. But if I'm crafting a homebrew campaign, I'm going to use whatever. I'm either going to use some stuff from the books and throw out the rest, or I'm talking about flavor, not rules. I'm talking about just flavor. Yeah. So, like, I guess it's a matter of. And also argumentative players, for sure, when they argue with each other, like when they create a negative vibe. This isn't anything that Druid and Fate have really experienced that I'm aware of. I could be wrong. Maybe you did when you.
Oh yeah, we violently fight off stream.
No, I meant like in your previous experience, but like.
Yeah, yeah, things got a little awkward sometimes.
Yeah, so I mean, there's I guess I try not to have pet peeves, but I do recognize that sometimes there's not always a good fit. And honestly, I'll be straight with you. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. There have been times where I've gotten in my own way, or I have been the problem person with a group as a player, And those are lessons that I learned. And I wouldn't call them regrets. I try not to ever regret anything,
The
but
learning
I have
moment.
remorse for the fact that I made those mistakes and that I can't really necessarily undo them. And so going forward, I just vowed to myself never to make those kinds of mistakes again and try and be more open and understanding. And so, yeah, that's I do my best to accommodate people. And here's the thing: a DM needs to understand: if your players aren't having fun, you will never have any fun. You
And
should always
everybody,
focus on their fun, even if they
and
ruin your
also
boss encounter. Go ahead.
feeble mind. And also, don't forget players. Your DM also needs to have fun. And they're not just crafting for you and you alone. It's an experience together. And the DM is not at your beck and call all of the time for what you want all the time. Like, players need to be good to their DMs because their DMs are also needing to have fun as well. And I just need to just throw that out there as considering my best friend's a DM. I just remember that players, be good to your DM, or I swear you will step on all of your D4s if you continue to be mean to your DM.
Which best friend are you talking about?
You.
Oh, okay. So I will say that she's got it nailed down right, and I'm glad that I helped instill that lesson in her. It is a collaborative experience, not a competitive one. Your goal as a DM isn't to crush your players. Your goal as a DM is to help them have fun. And so as long as they see that, like they will, as long as your players are having fun and they're intrigued by your story and your characters, they'll follow you along wherever you want to go. Like I hear these horror stories about DMs having their players just completely derail the campaign off onto something else. I'm like, well, maybe you didn't make that story hook interesting enough then. But yeah, that's right. I think I'm going to take that as a compliment, Dagoff. So Paladin has another question. It's a good one, but
I love that we're just like devolving into like D&D questions. Let's go, guys! All of the D&D questions.
I wouldn't call it devolving. I would call it evolving. No, I'm just kidding.
It was supposed to be a tech talk.
I know. Well, this is a D&D tech talk.
I love it.
Right?
Yeah, it's perfect. With
so
the
Paladin
technicalities
asks,
of Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. You go ahead and ask Paladin's question, please.
Yeah. Also, thank you for the resubscribe or the subscribe. Yes. First subscription. Absolutely one of the best decisions I think you have ever made in your life, Paladin McScoob.
Thank you.
You will not be disappointed. Because you know what disappoints, what was the worst thing? Is when Stormy's answering a very good question and you get interrupted by ads. So good job. Good job. So subscribe to Stormy. What's a good example of a basic rule change between D&D editions? Or is it all minor adjustments to values and numbers?
So before I answer those questions, guys, don't forget.
No.
This would not exist without the green-haired goddess over there too. So please go follow and sub to her as well, like for sure. And execrate fate. All right. So and soon Banana Tom too. All right. All right. What's a good example of a drastic rule change between D&D editions, or is it all minor adjustments to value numbers? No, there's definitely some major ones. One easy example you may have heard in the original. BX and Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and then second edition, they used something called THACO to figure out the armor class, and it literally meant to hit armor class 0. And in the old days, your armor class was better the lower the number, and it was really weird and awkward and confusing. And they basically revamped it for 3.0, which evolved to become 3.5. And 3.5 fixed it and created the system as it is at its base level D20, and it's brilliant. It makes perfect sense. An example of going from 3.5 to 5th ed. Well, undead were kind of OP in 3.5 because they had a crap ton of different kind of immunities and resistances and stuff that they don't have, and they don't. Some of them still have, but a lot of them don't have anymore. And so that's one example, but that's more of a content thing. As far as an actual like rules, I would say that there's an like in 3.5, the gear that you can get is a lot more granular, right? You from like a regular character from level 1 to level 20, you get +1 through +5, and you can have extra enchantments added on. Uh-oh, what's going on over there? What do I lose? I'm behind the dumpster
Speaking of
of
our
a Waffle
adopted,
House. That's funny.
All right, continue. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's
I
so
tried
mean,
so
Dagoth, but
hard.
hilarious.
I tried so hard to just like not like it was like both hands over mouth. Okay. Anyways, sorry.
I beg your effing pardon, Dagoth. Oh God, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. All right. So yeah, I think I answered Paladin's question. Basically, I'm just trying to think of one off the top of my head between 3.5 and 5e. That's kind of some of the spells have changed. In 5th ed, there's one thing I don't like, and that's that there's a lot of concentration spells. A lot more spells are concentration than used to be. It's really annoying.
Was the hardest part about playing a druid class
Mhm.
because I'm just like I'm very very limited on the things that I can do because I'm concentrating.
Yeah.
And then because I picked the circle of spores, I was just like going up against a lot of things that, you know, have immunity to necrotic. And I don't want to be within 30 feet, so I can't just use this cantrip. You know, like
No, I get you. I get you. Um, the other thing. When you attune to an item, I can't stand that. In 3.5, there was no attuning to an item. You got an item, a magic item, you can use it. In 5th ed, you got to you tune up to 3 of them. I did away with that. That's our house rule. No attuning to items unless it makes sense for the item, like it's a powerful artifact or unique something or other. So I jump on that plane and come annoy the crap out of you, Dagoth. Yep, you did before. Yep.
Yep.
Been
And I was
doing a
just
lot
like,
of reading,
you
so it kind of
won't.
seems hard to keep track of. Yep. Yep. There's a lot of there are quite a few differences. They really become more noticeable when you play the newer edition, though. So, I mean, I guess the easiest way to tell would be to like play one of the Pathfinder CRPGs and then play Baldur's Gate 3, and you'll see a huge difference, but it's also not different. They're both D20 systems, but there's these differences. I bring the boo, not to you. What about Fate? He's lurking and doing important. You're not lurking right now. You're talking to us, dude. That's not the definition of lurking.
What do you two like about Bandwidth and Banter? I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not, but I really, really love talking to people. Um, and I love being able to get to know on a like, because like, okay, there's not enough time in the day to lurk and hang out and chat with all of these awesome people.
Mm.
So then we get to just be like, we're going to designate an hour and a half of your time to just talk to you for our podcast. so I can get to know you on a way more personal level. And I love that so much. I love being able to get to know all of these super cool people in a way that is like, yes, you can hang out and have fun and do all those cool things in their chats and stuff, but like you don't think to ask somebody when you're in their chat, how long have you been streaming? What brought you to Twitch? Like you don't get to ask those, like you don't think to ask those things because you're going with the flow of chat and you're going with the flow of like,
Yeah.
whatever. So, heck yeah. I love it. I just love talking to people.
Yep.
And I also love gathering the information from all of these people. So when I randomly adopt a baby streamer like Scronbag, I could be like, this, because research. It works. I love it. I love it so much.
Everything she said as well applies to me 100%. Just it's a lot of fun to get to know these folks, talk to them, highlight them. There's an equal part of me that likes the fact that you and I are carving out our own special place in Twitch that allows us to share cool streamers with more people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I want to share all the people.
At the core, when it comes down to it, just being able to enjoy a conversation, getting to know some people that are really neat and interesting. It's just an enjoyable, fun experience. I think we're both gassy today, aren't we? Both burping.
I know. I'm like, ugh, what is happening right now? I also just the connections and being able to direct people to like example, I have this sweet little coworker of mine that is like, I've always wanted to get into streaming, but I've always been really scared. And I'm like, I know the exact group of community of people that you would feel so safe around, which is the Mighty Mangoes. You would feel so safe there. It's like, I feel like that's the community. Like, I feel like you would learn so much about how to run a community in the way that you would want from them. Or if they're like more competitive, like I feel like I could, if I were to get SOC Teddy to meet with like, the DYS people, they would click so well, like I just, and it's like, it's really fun for me to just make you and you meet and be friends now. Like it just, I don't know. There's like being able to help facilitate that networking and like creation and community build. I just love it.
Agreed. It's a blast. It's fulfilling and satisfying. And we're growing something together too. It's when I say together, I don't mean just the two, she and I, with you guys together, all of us. It's amazing.
It's the community that brings people in and gets them addicted, because chat's awesome. Chat, you guys are great.
Especially with these amazing questions that just came out of the blue. I just love it.
I know. I love it. Dagon says, I don't like talking genuinely, but when you just click and just vibe with people, the camaraderie comes naturally. Exactly. Exactly.
And the fact that we all found each other is just great. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yes, Dagoth and Banana Tom are super moderators. Agreed, Subi J. Yep. Our goal is for Stormkeep to keep growing for you guys, for and all the other folks out there. There's just so many great content creators on Twitch that because there's so little discoverability in the format of Twitch, that they don't get a chance to reach a wider audience. Bandwidth and Banter can be that vehicle for them. Whether the folks at Twitch want it or not, that's what I like that we're doing it, and I'm not saying they wouldn't want it, right? In fact, my intent is that one day we they take notice of us, that we have grown enough that the Twitch is like, you know what, we need to support these guys because they're actually creating discoverability in ways that we couldn't otherwise. So that'd be awesome.
That's so good.
Agreed, Daddy Day.
Good, you
100%.
guys.
Especially if you start streaming and join Stormkeep, that would be amazing. No pressure, though. No pressure.
All the pressure.
When you're ready to stream.
All of the pressure.
When you're ready to stream.
Tomorrow.
And
tomorrow.
And if you want to join Stormkeep, no pressure there either.
Nope, all the pressure. It's happening.
We totally respect if you want to go your own way for a while.
Nope. Not allowed.
Except it's got to be with us, and it has to be soon. I love it too, Inferno Knight, and she's right. I can tell right away that you're exactly the kind of folk we love to hang out with.
He fell right into the harassment. He was just like, "Oh, people could bully you? Oh, let me get in on that." And just like him and Kieran yesterday, it was so funny. It was so good.
And what's cool is with you, people get the vibe that it's a fun, funny, heartwarming kind of bullying. It's not like actual bullying, because there are folks who go into chat, other people's chat, and literally troll them. And we won't have any of that. Like the actual kind of trolling. But
it's hard to out troll me because I'm so trolly. Like I am also such a big troll.
OG Blaze, yes. Stormkeep's lords are building the armies as we speak. We will dominate the world.
Yes, with the king of the realm, Stormy D. I am the hand of the king. It is just we're gonna take over.
Holy crap, that's amazing! Hold your hand up. I got just one hand. Just one. I got 3 hands now. Look at that. That's cool. Hand of the king. 2 years of your most successful troll yet, and I have yet to notice. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'll say, if you are trolling us, you're playing the long game.
Yeah, no shit. My channel trailer.
Yep. He's secretly a hater or something.
Yeah, he despises us. The fact he has to come onto a voice chat with me every Tuesday on his own volition. Like, ugh, gross.
I will say this, the audio is really on point today, I think.
Am I cutting out at all? Because I did get like super excited and loud there for a minute. Like,
no, you have not cut out once. But we haven't seen you try to really, we'll see D&D night when it's your turn.
But it's not going to be fun though. It's not going to be fun. But that's not going to be a problem.
Oh, gee, Blaze. Good. I'm glad that we worked it out. And I'm pretty sure I have the settings set in such a way that when we play D&D tomorrow, I'll be able to play some really cool music and we won't have to worry about it being the DMCA strike. So.
That's the goal, CBJ. That's the goal.
We'll see if she can come up with a new accent. We'll see. I'm confident. We'll talk about it when it's your turn for the character creation. And if you need to talk about it before then, let me know. You and I, seriously, Druid, I want you to know something true here, okay? I don't feel like you reach out and talk to me enough, just so you know. If you ever feel like you reach out and talk to me too much, I see it as the opposite. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Right.
I can't do a Boston accent.
You know what? Boston, I can't. There's no way I can't. I can do all kinds of different European style accents, but different. I can do a lot of Southern accents. I can do a Texas drawl because I'm here in the heart of Austin, which is the heart of Texas. I can move on over to this deep Southern Georgian accent that just makes all the ladies swoon.
I have a customer, and she has that beautiful Southern drawl accent. And I'm just
Mhm.
like, you just call me baby and tell me that I'm like super cool and we're gonna hold up the line so I can just talk to you forever. I don't care. Banjo intensifies.
It was sort of an Alabama
Alabama.
accent, yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. We'll see. I am we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I may or may not have been be practicing an accent. We'll see. We'll see. I don't even have a character idea. It's all
You
gonna
at least have a start. We've talked a little bit. You have a
a
start.
little bit.
We'll
I don't
see.
have a name picked.
Well, that should come much later after you've really nailed down, a lot of other things. Although I've done the opposite too. I've played this game long enough that I've created characters based upon just a name. I came up with the name first and then created a character from that. So.
Yep.
Blake says, I logged on a COD today. It felt like a kid on Christmas. They added ranked. Oh, congrats. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure if it makes you happy, then it makes me happy.
I don't do shoot 'em up games. At least you don't need a name by tomorrow. Listen, you do, BT.
Don't worry, BT. You guys are so mean.
No, you have to have everything ready by tomorrow.
No,
Stat.
I'll help
100%.
you with the name.
Holy
buddy.
flush.
Don't worry about that. I'll help you with the name. I'm great at fantasy names, so we'll find something that you'll like.
Last minute freak out. No shit.
Oh, you've got a name. Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Interesting.
Now you got my attention.
I'm so mad.
This was you guys' idea. Why are you mad about it?
I know. Because it was a good idea, but it doesn't change the fact I'm mad about it.
Paladin McScoob, I concur. You and I vibing here. Counter-Strike 1.6 for the win. The best ever. I loved that game. I was such an addict. I used to get kicked off servers, banned because they thought I was a hacker. I would never once ever hacked, and I quit the game because of hackers. But I was super good at that game, and got recruited. Tried to get recruited. I didn't know about professional esports back when I played or anything like that, and I had teams trying to recruit me, but I didn't want to be a part of all that. So I just played whenever I felt like it. But man, I am not that gamer anymore. I'm with you on that. I just nowadays, like how the hell they do what they can do, especially the game is different now, right? I think the hitboxes are different. It's not as much. I don't know. It's not the same anymore. It doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
Quake
Fantasy
Live,
games where I like
classic.
to chill and get lost in the world. COD is just a great way to get rid of aggression built up for me. Listen, I probably should get into competitive gaming then, because little fun fact, I'm very competitive. I'm very, very competitive.
Yep. Yeah, we've discussed this.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just not good at video games.
I mean, that just takes time and practice. But in all fairness, we're glad that you're practicing on other things like this and D&D and whatever you decide to have on your stream. And more importantly, practicing to being a great streamer. Guys, go follow and support and sub to this one. She's an incredibly talented streamer. You will always have fun on her streams, without a doubt. Really, when? What? BT? He's always trolling you.
Yeah, definitely don't follow Banana Tom. And if you've already followed him, unfollow. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm kidding. We like BT. He's cool, I guess.
Cool, I guess.
I totally didn't make a special emote just for BT. I swear. This fucking guy.
He's actually agreeing with you. Heck off, BT. I think it's hilarious that you're that passed muster for an
the
emote.
heck off, BT?
Yeah.
I think it's because it's the word heck.
Yeah. If it were the other word, it wouldn't have.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't even try. I just went straight to heck off, BT.
Well, that's what you say most of the time, and that's what makes it funny. It's hilarious.
CBJ, thank you. She's cool.
I think she's probably saying more like she's cool.
Yeah. My special heck off BT emote. I have to make one that says whatever, Kieran. Those are just gonna be my animated emotes, or just gonna be all insults to people that I just say regularly. Or as I say, pretty okay. Oh yeah, it's too much of a compliment, Inferno Knight. That's too much of a compliment. That fuels my ego too much. Ask Simon. Simon knows that if you stroke my ego too much, my ego is it gets too big. So you can't do that.
Yeah, she stores it in her hair, and if it gets too big, then it weighs her head down. And you notice she's got a lot of hair. That is a big head.
I actually unfurled the bun yesterday for stream.
Mm-hmm.
They got to see how long it was.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Paladin McScoob, I raided into Closet Scully, she's a VTuber I highly recommend you guys check out. She was playing that game. She was playing Pal World. It's a survival game with Pokemon, like creatures that you can capture and train to work for you. And I think BT was even taking a peek at that. He was curious because he was jonesing for a new survival game. But I look forward to the one that you guys have planned.
Tuesday.
Is that going to be next Tuesday? Is that starting then?
I think so. I think that's what we talked about.
So I take it you guys moved the Minecraft stuff completely off stream for now?
For now, because we just got to a point where we're like, maybe it should just be way more of a surprise. Because I don't want Twitch, I don't want the stream, I don't want people to see what the throne room looks like yet, So. So yeah.
How long? What was the question in relation to Subijay?
How long is my hair?
Oh, yeah. So
we talked about a start.
Yeah, her hair. Yeah.
You want to see? I'll just unfurl the.
Will it be a pain in the ass for you to do that?
No.
Okay.
This is braided.
First, just turn your head sideways when your bun's up. Look at how monstrous. It's as big as her head. Well, almost. Your head the size of Jupiter. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I mean, it's because everyone's always feeding your ego. It makes your head swell too, along with the hair.
If it's behind my head and I sit down, I will actually yank my head back with my hair. If I'm not careful. This is like 6 locks, 6 of them.
Wow. Inferno Knight wants to grow his beard that long one day. Impressive.
He has an epic beard.
Blaze made his first D&D Beyond character today. Interesting. Very cool. Very cool. You didn't know that, Subijay? Yeah, that's not a hairpiece. She's not wearing a hat. She's had people at her workplace ask her if she's wearing a hat.
No, yeah, they're like, is that a hat? And I'm like,
No, that's my
no.
hair.
Are you like what? I'm 5'1.5". Thank you. How do I sleep?
Inferno Night, really? 3'8". Daddy, 4'3.5". He was trying to tease you, but he was actually really close.
You are way too close for comfort. It's not
A hobbit.
Oh man.
She's the adorable little hobbit lady druid.
And everybody's always so shocked when I'm like, yeah, I'm 5'1.5". And they're like, how? You seem so much taller. I'm like, it's the hair. And like I act very, and I also walk around a lot on my tippy toes. And I because I'm short.
Hey, druid, you want a secret?
What?
Nobody else does the half thing. Just
I
saying.
don't care. It's funny.
Wait, no, you're missing my point. Just round up. Just round up.
My ID does say 5'2". So
There you go.
5'1.5" is very funny.
Even
I
your
just
hair
find
is
it
taller
very
than you, Robo Ninja. That's so mean.
So this is turned into the druid roast when we're supposed to be getting Banana Tom to 250 so we could do a Banana Tom roast.
Mhm.
That's what we want. We
It's
want
pretty
to
close.
we want to just be like, "Hey, I got your back, bro. I got your back." Okay? Like,
Yeah, Paladin of Scoob, tossing gnomes or goblins is fun. Tossing goblins. Goblin tossing, where you try and see how many goblins you can take out with the one that you're throwing at them. Just like Subi J said, it's not just that you act big. So, Druid, you are big. You may be physically tiny, but your presence is like that of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and your demeanor is too.
I intimidate the heck out of people.
I'm kidding. When I say like the demeanor of one, like you just wild and crazy like one, not necessarily mean and nasty like one. I want to see her in V next to each other. You'll see a proper hobbit then. Is V really tiny too? Dagoth? My friend plays a barb gnome and it's hilarious seeing the little half strength checks. 4'11". Wow. Hey, listen, you hear that, Druid? There's somebody out there in the universe that you're taller than.
I know. Isn't that lovely? I think it's great. Her and I would be best buds.
Exactly what Robo Ninja said. You got not just a big heart, but literally a big presence. Like she takes up a space in the universe that's bigger than her physical size, and definitely a big chunk in space in our hearts for sure.
Aww. See, that's too nice. My ego just got 3 times bigger. How dare.
Yeah, I see it now. Look at that. I'm going to have to readjust the cameras again.
I know.
Kidding. Although, what do we think? Should I readjust the cameras or is it okay? Should I make us closer in size to each other?
I would.
You would? Okay.
Yeah.
Should I change the size of mine or change the size of yours?
Space.
Let me
Make
try
yourself.
mine first, I guess.
Yeah.
Ah.
My
Forgot this
girlfriend's
keyboard's
5'3"
alt
and a
key is
half.
being a pill. At least the left one is.
Enlarge Druid can hardly see your plays. God damn. And also, I just have to say, I appreciate all of you guys that are out there in the UK that took the time to convert your height into feet and inches for us, Americans. Thank you. Appreciate all of you. That have done that. Here we go. Had to tame.
What do we think? I mean, I think I need to adjust the edge, but Druid, which, oh wow, yeah, that's way off. Let me.
Long live the imperial system. We love our Brits. Brits and beyond. Love all of them.
What do we think of that? Druid?
Yeah, you got to bring it down just a skosh.
Okay.
Like 4 clicks, maybe.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think I messed up the bottom by doing that, though, didn't I? Yeah.
One more click.
Then I'm gonna have to fix the bottom, but okay. Did that get it?
That's good.
Okay. On the bottom.
Oh. I gotta get the
How's
bun to
that?
settle back in.
I think my hand is already the bottom one. Well, yeah, let's do the top one to make sure it's good. Is it good?
Yeah.
It's close. How about down below? I
Down
could
below,
actually
yeah,
bring it
if
down
you
a
just
notch.
bring
So
everything down 1 click, it would be perfect.
one
Here we
click.
go.
This is 1. See if that's enough. Is that enough? All right. See, it wouldn't be a Tech Talk Tuesday on Thursday now on Fridays if we didn't actually do some tech work. So there you go.
That's true. There we go. We've, confirmed audio's great.
Well, once I listen to the recording, I'll know for sure. But yep, seems likely that it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of. I just realized though, there's a little bit of a gap in the center. I need to bring that over some, don't I?
Yeah.
1. Did that close the gap completely, or do I need to come over one more?
One more.
With that.
There we go. There we go.
Perfect. Yeah, now we seem more naturally to our. You're still a little bit, but you also, it's obvious you're sitting closer to the camera than I am, so that's understandable. Yeah.
If I actually sat back in my chair.
Well, but honestly, if you sat back in your chair, we don't hear you as well because your mic isn't as close to you. So I like the way you do things. It's fine. Plus, you're so wiggly, you can't help yourself. But it's another thing you and I have in common. You're a wiggle worm, and so am I.
Yep.
I open the toolbox. And I'm like, yo, I need a master's in math to figure out what I need. Oh, I guess Blaze and Dagoth are talking about their work system.
I could not be a mechanic.
Why?
I could not do it. I'll leave that to professionals.
Stormy, if you move back a house or 2, perspective should get you the same height. Oh, he was trolling you again.
Yes. always teasing me.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Well,
It's this is around that time,
Paladin, that's awesome. If I can't fix something by smacking its side, then I just replace it. Epic. Perfect. My goodness. So I think this has been a successful impromptu episode. For all of you folks who made it, once again, thank you for understanding that there was not a interview with Art of Mike Disney. He had a plumbing emergency that required his attention, which we all understand.
Yes.
And so he will reschedule with us. We will be glad to have him on the show later. Remind me who we had last week. It was
Wheelie F.
Wheelie F. Wheelie F was amazing. Yep. One of the best interviews. I was so happy we finally got to have him on the show. He was nervous about it too.
Yeah, because we reached out to him back in October last year.
Yeah.
Initially. And we were scheduling out all the way into December at that time. And he's just like, and I'm like, we can wait. It's fine. I promise. It's okay. And what I just loved his perspective on things. It was definitely a different perspective than what we've had for a lot of interviewers.
Yep.
Interviewees. And it was wonderful. It was very good.
I agree wholeheartedly. And who do we have for next week, Lovey Druid?
We have Husky Boyo, which is also another artist.
Heck yeah.
And very exciting stuff. I have a very big soft spot in my heart for artists because I am not an artist. I consider myself a crafty person. I consider myself a creative person, but I'm no artist. I have a very big soft spot in my heart for artists. So very, very, very excited. Yeah.
Well, I am getting up Art of Mike Disney's questions just so that we will have the outro ready to go. You ready for this, Druid?
Wait, let me get that up too. Also, really quick thing as well. If you guys are going to be coming on my stream later, is our dear dungeon master needs to dungeon master stuff today, and it is just going to be me on my Friday stream today. So I know that's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
It's your stream. It's okay. Your stream is great.
I know.
I just am happy to guest star occasionally. Thank you.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm going to be working on D&D stuff because I want to be really super ready for the next 5 weeks. And I appreciate you all so much. And I'll be over there. I will definitely be lurking and popping in from time to time while I work. So, guys, go make sure you go support and follow Druid. What time will you be starting your stream?
I will be starting my stream in 1 hour.
1 hour
from now.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I'm so glad you could make it today, to Paladin McScoob. It's been an honor and a pleasure. You might be hearing from us at some point in the near distant future. Who knows? Wink, wink. So talk to you later, my brother. And all of you other folks out there, we adore you dearly. And let's do our outro, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you all for coming to the show.
Please drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below.
If you're listening to the podcast,
please rate and review the episode.
We're Bandwidth
and Banter.
Thank you.
And good night. Goodbye.
Good night.
Goodbye.